gotta trust the process, man. The process. Welcome to the process, man. I say you gotta trust her. Cue the interview. I got some shit to say. How persistence about this business really got me here today. Kicking game. It's a podcast, but this here a different lane. Hit you with some hidden gems, but then it's meant to entertain. Turn some losses into lessons.
Hey, welcome to the process. Well, I'm your host, Cue the interview. Before we start, y'all click that subscribe button, the notification, that like and comment. You know, once again, man, this is a pleasure to have these two beautiful young ladies here today. Today we have Miss Tranika Jefferson at the process today. Y'all look at my hands up. And we have Miss Sharon Igbineweka.
Hey, you got it right.
Man, I
You did that
shit. Man, how y'all doing today?
Good.
Okay, so so tell me about yourself. Like, where did y'all start? You know, how did y'all meet?
Okay. Wanna go first?
Where do we start? So,
Lord.
preview.
Okay,
You know.
okay.
Already. Yeah, so we started at Preview.
Uh-huh.
I was a freshman. Tranika, I think you were a sophomore.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. And my friends was like, you know, we need to go join the choir.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I be doing nigga shit. I ain't going no choir.
Oh, not the choir.
What? You ain't saved?
No, come on.
I am saved.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Okay,
So,
I'm holy. Then, yeah, holy.
Okay.
but you still do nigga shit, like she
Oh, man.
I'll be doing nigga shit, you know, sometimes here and there. But, so we end up, me and my friends, we joined the choir.
Okay.
That's when I met Tranika.
At BSM?
BSM,
Yeah.
Baptist Student Movement.
said. Yeah, so it's a gospel choir.
Right.
It's a gospel choir, yeah.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
then graduate from Preview, then y'all go on your own journey.
Yep. Pretty much went on our own journey. My journey pretty much started off traveling a little bit.
Okay.
Connected with my now husband, back then, you know, boyfriend or whatever. He moved away.
Okay.
So I pretty much just had a little time to figure out what I wanted to do in life and stuff like that.
The process.
Right, you know,
right.
I'm going through that whole process, you know, trying to figure out if I'm paying them student loans
Or not.
if I'm putting them in deferment or not, you know. You know, then I had a little kid, got married, and just basically was like, man, I need to figure out this whole career path because he had already started his career.
Right.
So for me, it was basically just trying to figure things out.
Okay.
And so that led me to, that led me to mental health.
Okay.
Why did it lead me to mental health? I'll back up. So when I had my son, I experienced postpartum depression. And at that particular time, it wasn't really like vocal or big with African American women.
Okay.
So once I noticed that something was wrong, I went to my doctor and then he referred me to counseling.
Okay.
So once I started the counseling, I felt comfortable. I felt better. Like I really did. I felt better about myself.
Okay.
And so I was like, man, I just paid this man $200 to talk to me.
Right.
That's the money bag. Let me get into that. Let me get into that real quick. So I started off social work went into education and mental health.
Okay.
Yep.
What about you, Mr. Nate?
So I graduated with a master's in juvenile forensic psychology. So say it
again.
Juvenile forensic psychology.
Big words.
Okay.
So initially I wanted to be a forensic psychologist.
Okay.
So of course once I graduated, I needed a job. So the first job that I was offered with the state was basically doing what I do now, which is applied behavior analysis.
Okay. What is it?
So
exactly is that? What do you really do with that?
Okay, so basically it's a branch in the psychology field.
Okay.
So basically it's we look at environmental factors that affect behavior. So whatever consequences that are attached with why you do what you do, that's kind of what reinforces it, whether it's a good behavior, like skills, things you should be doing, or something that's like a challenging behavior, something problematic.
Okay.
So basically what I do, I either try to increase those good behaviors or decrease the bad behaviors in a nutshell.
So you kind of saying your environment kind of shapes the kid or whomever you
Yeah, your environment basically is related as a contingency on why you do what you do.
Oh, wow.
So, like,
Is that like a generational curse type thing?
no.
Somewhat.
No.
I mean, if your mama alcoholic and she drinking around you all day long, that environment.
Well, that doesn't
push off.
that doesn't go into what I do.
That ain't what she do.
I mean, I understand that aspect, but
nah,
just
no.
I'm just trying to, that's a generational thing, Your mama a drunk, so your children probably just be a drunk, and then your great
that goes more into developmental history and biology.
The psyche and all of that.
Okay, so then
be
y'all friends BSM, y'all go on your own journey. How do y'all link back up and say I want to build a business?
Okay, so I personally have 2 companies under my belt already that has been in motion. One has been in motion for 5 years now, and that's Education Matters Tutoring. The website is educationmatterstutoring.com, and it's the same thing on Instagram. Find me, tag me, link, all of that. So I've been doing that on my own for 5 years.
Okay.
And with the tutoring company, I have different teachers that I hire to help all kids from ages 3 to 19-year-olds, freshmen in college, all subjects. And I started to get a lot of kids with ADHD, dyslexia, learning disabilities, and at this time I'm working in a school, and I am basically heading on the behavior and the mental health. So I basically just became an advocate for parents that had no knowledge of special education services and 504 services. And a lot of parents don't know what they legally can and cannot do, especially when it comes down to those R meetings. So I started incorporating and getting certificates, because you really don't have to have like this big license to be an advocate. It's really just have the education behind it. So for me, it was like, okay, I want to start a mental health clinic.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of kids coming in that have these, I'm not going to say issues, but they have these areas of concern, and they cannot get the work done because they have ADHD or they have this and that. So I said, okay, bet. I want to start a mental health clinic. And I got on Facebook, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for some LPCs, some psychiatrists, some social workers, blah, blah.
So basically, she was looking for mental or behavioral health specialist professionals.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I know little Sharon from BSM TV, Okay. So I commented like, hey, I'm a board certified behavior analyst. Because remember I used to call you little Sharon?
Yes.
When you was little.
God.
So.
It's okay. It's okay, because she slid in my DM.
Okay.
So I slid up in that DM, you know how I do, you know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I was like, hey,
you got that behavior bag?
Yeah, you got that bag. And she was like, I got that money, baby. So that's kind of how,
behavior bag.
Boom, bam.
Behavior bag.
Okay, so how has the teamwork been since y'all linked up?
It's been full of ADHD.
So initially, we were supposed to have weekly meetings.
Yeah, we started off
like good 2 weeks strong. We had our little weekly meetings.
Man, we have some good meetings, talk about a whole bunch of stuff.
Right, but y'all are effective in what y'all do.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean, shit get done.
It get done.
It get done. It's just that's just how we work,
That's, with her ADHD, it's like I won't hear from her
Not
for like
legally.
maybe a couple. She hasn't been diagnosed.
I ain't been diagnosed, but that's just, shit
clinically
happens.
diagnosed.
When you have kids and stuff, kind of just be going all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
blame it on the kids.
So sometimes I may not even answer because it's a meeting going on, because I didn't went over here and just probably went to happy hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So she'll go a couple weeks without I get no emails or nothing, and then bam, that third week I get like 5 emails back to back to back.
But what they say though,
I mean, shit got done,
I be like, bam, we got this. Bam, we got that. Okay. Done. Done.
So what are these BAMs? What are y'all accomplished?
Okay, so as of now, what we've accomplished, legally, we are Positive Life and Learning Solutions, LLC. Okay. Everything licensed, everything is stamped, insurance to cover ourselves and the business. we are coming soon because there's so many other avenues and ways into this world. And we're taking our time because it's her and I. And she has a full-time job. I have a full-time job, a mom, kids, and then I have the tutoring and the other stuff. So we're not trying to take this business venture and just run with it. Yeah, so we're basically now taking steps. So now that the legal part is done, the facility is there, the insurance is there. Right now we're just basically finding funds to be able to hire a staff.
Okay.
And sorry, I don't know why I'm so. Can I get some water up in this joint? A little parched, you know. Let's start talking about
process, baby.
It's the process, man. We live up here. It's the process. Get the talking and finagling, you know. So right now, we've been blessed to have 3 investors, and we're talking about 3 strong Black women. They don't even live in Texas, and they all 3 are millionaires. Like you talk about funding us. Like 100% funding us, and they hold us accountable. They hold me accountable, and pretty much just walk us through things. So we discovered that there's ton of contracts through the Texas Human Health Services.
Oh wow! How did you find out about that?
I knew about it, but then I kind of like left it alone because I saw the process was like lengthy. And so you could keep going, give me that water, that's cool. So I was like, man, I'm gonna need some help with that. And so that's when I was like, man, Tranika, look, you want some water, boo?
Sure.
You want some light skin?
Thank you, dark skin.
You know. So I was like, man, I'm gonna need some help. Like this ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work.
Okay.
So once the investors came about, shoot, we started talking about the contract and they broke it down with us. Everybody took a piece.
Okay.
And we are submitted. We just waiting now, just yes or no.
Okay. So what other services do y'all plan to have in y'all business?
So, of course, I'm a behavior analyst. So, of course, we'll provide behavior analysis services. So in our field, it's called applied behavior analysis. So with that, typically we get kids that have learning delays, mental health disorders, of course, behavior disorders, and we'll provide what we call ABA treatment. But in addition to that, of course, we're looking for other specialized therapists like licensed professional counselors, licensed social workers, LSSP, so licensed school psychologists, licensed psychologists, said social workers. What are the other?
So social workers, art therapists, education will be a part of this center.
Okay.
So a better way to explain positive life and learning solutions is basically think of Kelsey Sebo.
Okay.
You go to Kelsey Sebo, you need to do an x-ray. They're going to send you on the first floor.
Right.
You need to go do something else. They're going to send you to the second floor.
Okay.
You get all of your medical needs in that one-stop shop. You can go to your OB. You can go to your pediatrician. You can go to your internal medicine. You can go to your breast cancer doctor. Like, Kelsey Sebo is the GOAT. That's who we are. We're going to be the GOAT of mental health.
The GOAT of mental health. I like
We're going to be the GOAT of mental health. You feel that? The process.
The process.
The process.
Yeah.
So, if a parent walks in and say, you know what, I'm about to divorce this fool. We'll say, all right, ma'am, I got a relationship or a marriage counselor upstairs.
Okay.
Better yet, y'all got children? Let's send y'all child down on the first to deal with a child that's having, you know,
some behavioral issues.
Some behavior issues because what their parents are doing. So while mom and dad getting their stuff going, then we're going to get the kid some stuff going too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then in the meantime, hey, if that child having trouble with his homework, you can go down to the hall right over here. We got a teacher, a tutor that can come and help you with your homework.
Okay.
Now, remind you, we're not giving this away for free.
Right.
This come with, you know, if you got insurance.
Okay.
But you can pay out of pocket.
Private pay.
You know, we can take that, you know, we can take your copay. We can take your Medicaid.
Okay.
We can take all of that.
Cobra. United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
All of that.
Okay.
You know, your little money that you save up in your little bank.
Your stimmies, if you got
We can take your stimmy too.
Oh.
We haven't worked on the EBT yet because that's really like food and but we're gonna
We'll work it out. You know?
we're gonna get there. But
Okay.
it's really, it's beneficial. And we're in the pipeline for Medicaid, so that's
Okay.
true. I know I'm playing, but that's true.
Okay.
We will have services there to take all insurance, and I know some companies, it's really hard to get like insurance with ABA.
Okay.
The state of Texas haven't yet
Yeah.
approved for Medicaid as far as applied behavior analysis services.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in the works for years, but of course we accept all other insurance companies and then private pay as well.
Okay, man. So how important is getting this running and up and running for y'all? Like this is gonna be y'all baby, or
Oh, this for me. I don't know about Tranika. For me, it's
but y'all partners though.
yeah, but
Well, she has her own opinion.
Oh.
yeah,
okay.
she she may want to take it and do other things, which we want it to be that way.
Okay.
Because she's more on the behavior side. I'm more really on the education side.
Oh, okay.
Don't get it twisted. I know behavior and mental health, but I'm best on that side.
Okay.
So for me, it's our baby,
Okay.
and we're gonna treat it like a newborn baby. We're gonna
Okay.
take care of it. The goal for us, I would hope, is we market this thing and have this thing to where somebody want to come and buy it off of us
Okay.
at $1.25 million.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or even more.
Right.
Because they see that this is the next big thing. This is the next Kelsey Sebo to mental health.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, I want to aim to that
Okay.
because I don't want to be working hard like this for the rest.
Forever.
What about you?
I mean, I see it as eventually a franchise. We'll have one on the south side. We'll have one on the north side. We'll branch out to different locations. So, we don't have to go to the initial location because, now I have one in my area because nobody wants to drive all around Houston just to, get treatment for anything.
Yep.
Okay. So with mental health, man, y'all working with kids and you work with kids as well.
Kids and adults.
What is the one major issue you see that comes into your facility?
The parents.
Oh, the parent.
The parents.
What's the issue?
You don't want me to say that on the process?
Well, we go.
Y'all parents be on that. Okay. Honestly, it is the parents. But it's the parents for me in my field. It could be a good and bad.
Okay.
Having to tell your someone coming to you saying, sorry, Quincy, but I think your child has blah blah blah. And in my profession, you really don't come at them that way,
Right.
but you do have that hard conversation. Most parents ain't gonna want to hear that, and then you're like,
Right.
I know my kid,
Right.
I know he be jumping out for stuff, blah, 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 but I know him, and then they tend to shun you off and get very aggressive and frustrated,
Okay.
or not even just with that, just talking to them about their grades.
Okay.
Like, hey, they're not grasping this concept, and I need them to. And it's like, well, she sit up all night, and she doing it, and I'm like, I'm not saying she don't.
Right.
Just saying, man, look here, she needs to study a little bit more,
Okay, got you.
So I think that makes it hard for people in education,
Okay.
depending on whatever title you have. Even if you're a teacher, you're a counselor, or whenever you have to have these uncomfortable conversations, the parents get offensive.
Okay.
So that would be the bad for me.
For you. What about you?
Similar. The parents are one of the hardest parts of my job because a lot of it comes with, you could bring them to my clinic where I work at, and I could work with them for 2, 3, 4 hours out the day. But they're at home with you, 24/7 or all other times of the day in the week. Mm-hmm. So you can't bring them to me, and I train you on how to do particular skills and interventions with them, and then you get home and do something totally different. So a lot of it comes with, I'm not just trying to change the child's behavior, I have to change your behavior as well. And they don't understand that, ma'am, don't do this, or this is what you need to do. Okay. They think that magically the kid is going to change overnight, and the kid going to come home and do everything that I've taught them in clinic. No, like what I teach them, I'm trying to teach you on how to generalize the same skills that I'm doing in a home setting, and they don't expect to do the work.
Okay, so what can the parents do to improve what they got? So what can the parents do to get on y'all level?
Listen.
Huh?
They need to listen. They
Listen.
They need to listen. So I'm gonna tell you, and I know some of my clients with Education Matters Tutoring is gonna watch this, and I want them to, and they're gonna tell you what I'm saying is the truth. I sit my parents down when they come to my tutoring company, when we have a consultation. I tell them straight up, I know if your child studied because they're gonna show me that they did or did not study. Mm-hmm. If I'm teaching you 1-digit addition, we're working on 1 + 1, and I tell you this is what they need to work on for the next week, and then we get here and they cannot tell me 1 + 1. I know they didn't study. Okay. You know, so for me, it would be changing the behavior of the parents and getting them to understand, I can't want this more than you for your child.
Right.
You know, so really just getting them to listen and trust you.
Right.
And that's funny, I tell my parents this all the time, trust the process. Mm-hmm. Your kid got a 40 this week on their report card. The next 6 weeks, I've had 40s. I've had 15s. And guess what? They come to me and they're like, hey, what can we do? We're going to trust the process. Okay. And we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to do this. And you will see change next report card. Okay. But it's really getting the parents to listen and have an open mind and say, you know what? She may just be right. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
What's the question?
Oh, she don't have a business.
Oh, no. I said, no, your success rate with in your field working with the kids.
Well, talking about the education. I thought you talking about my career job. Oh, I ain't successful in that. I be doing that. I'm just saying. That's
yeah, you went down another rabbit hole. I was like, just let her go. Just let her go.
That's why.
No, I mean, and honestly, like, sometimes it's a hit or miss. Like, right. You know, you try, you do your best, and then it's always multiple variables that goes into behavior change. Okay. Or, you know, someone changing. So if you have someone that's higher functioning, or if you're working with adults, or like the kids, a lot of times it comes with, you know, are they motivated to change, and whatever it is that, you know, they're seeking services for. Okay. So sometimes, yes, it is on the person that's providing the services, but it's on the person that actually wanted them to be motivated as well. Okay. Same thing like I talked about with the parents. It's like, I can't just do this for your kid here. You have to do the same things. So as far as success rates, I mean, I can say, you know, this is the best behavior plan that I've ever wrote for this person. Right. And, you know, they're going to change within a week. Does it happen that way? No. It's so many variables that comes into why we do what we do. Mm-hmm. So I would say that I'm successful with, you know, at least my effort and, you know, me trying to change behavior for the better.
Okay. See, that's why I thought now people going to be like, oh, well, she just act like she just 100% like ain't no flaw. See, I was looking at it like, I do my damn best. Okay. You know, I do my best to make sure that child is doing their best. Cool. And pulling that hardness out of them. Okay. Teaching them how to restudy and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, man, I'll be doing my best.
Because we work, the population of people we work with is like, you have to care. Yeah. Because initially, like, it's not a whole lot of money that initially comes into it. You have to actually have a passion to work with people with mental behavioral health issues. And then they mamas.
And they mamas. So, because it's a lot.
It comes with a lot. No. Typically not. Oh. Most of my clients is just the child and the mom. Oh, I rarely see a dad be more involved.
Would it be more beneficial if the dad was there?
Yes.
Yeah. Because a lot of times from the mom's reports, like, oh, they're so much better with dad than they are with me.
Okay.
Just think about it with your kiddos, with your 2 boys.
Oh, I'm there.
I know. I'm about to. I know you there.
Yeah.
How they act when you at work or they with mom. Like, if mama take them to the store, they probably be like, oh, I want this and that. But then with daddy take them to the store, they probably don't ask for nothing. Because they know.
Well, I buy stuff, and I'm the fun parent, and my wife is more disciplinarian. Okay. So I get a lot of flack for that because I just be playing.
See that, and that's how we want the dads. I'll say with the education piece, I'm starting to see a lot of more dads reach out to me than moms. Okay. But then I also have too a lot of same-sex marriages of parents coming too that I've seen that I haven't seen that in the beginning, but now lately I'm starting to get a lot, you know, of that. And I'm also starting to see a lot of siblings come, because mainly it'll be like 1 out of the 4 siblings, but now it's starting to be like 2 and 3 out of the siblings, you know. So I haven't really like figured that out, like what's going on here, like why, but I do think like when dads are there, man, I don't care what race you are. When the daddy is there, them kids
Okay.
They be looking a whole nother. They be having a whole nother
So,
tone.
this, like say, to get to the business, back to the business, this is a coming soon business.
Yeah, we coming soon.
What do you want the people to know about your business? So this is the time to say, hey, this is what we have, what we're going to have, and this is what we're looking for. If somebody's an LPC that wants to work with y'all and stuff like that. So this is the time to push.
So basically, all of your mental behavioral health needs. I mean, if you're an adult, if you're kids that need services, different diagnoses, bipolar, schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, or just regular mental health, just upkeep and care. A lot of people think of mental behavioral health as something that's aversive or something that's bad, but it's really not. You go to your doctor for an annual checkup, right? Mm-hmm. You're maintaining your medical health, right? So people honestly need to go to some type of mental health professional, once a year or quarterly, whatever your current needs are. So it's not anything that should be stigmatized or looked at as though it's bad. It's like maintaining your mental health just like you maintain your medical health. So any diagnosis or just upkeep of mental health, that's basically what we're doing. Same thing with behavioral health. Any of those environmental factors that your kids, they can't cope with on their own, they're being reinforced inappropriately, school issues, at home they having tantrums, crying. You don't know what to do. You tired of whooping them and beating them because that ain't working no more. These beans don't work no more. So, CPS gonna get caught on that ass.
Okay.
So,
with the quickness.
So anyhow, mental behavioral health, and then merging the academic component as well. Yeah. And then, so people that we're looking for, licensed professional counselors.
LPCs.
So licensed social workers, MSWs, LCSWs, licensed psychologists, licensed psychiatrists.
RBA, what was it?
Registered behavior technicians or behavior therapists.
Tutors, because education is in the, definitely is in the center, will be in the center as well.
Other board certified behavior analysts, because I ain't trying to do all the work myself.
Yeah, we're gonna need some more, or if there's some school psychologists, they're licensed LSSP.
Do you think y'all have like training, like people have to come get hours?
Oh, they have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we would definitely.
So interns, we were related to all those licensed.
So Tranika can sign off on a lot of these people. Well, some of the people that we're
basically,
asking for,
so a lot of the licensures are working towards being licensed. They need hours.
Right.
So anyone that wants to be an intern at our facility, they could come and do internship hours. Also, marriage and family therapists as well for that component. Sex therapists, we need those too.
Because they
what?
You do need sex therapist.
So she couldn't even get it out.
You do need them.
Okay.
To keep it spicy.
Again, what's the name of your business?
Positive Life and Learning Solutions, LLC. Coming soon. We are located on the southeast side of Houston, Texas. If you're interested in learning more and want to become a part, you can actually go to Education Matters, tutoring.com, and click on the link to contact and just type up whatever it is that you want to ask, and we can get the information from there, because education EMT is with Positive Life. And on Instagram, it's the same thing. Or, man, just find me on
Slide
Facebook.
in that DM, because that's what she like.
Oh, man. Don't slide in there.
That's how I found her.
Slide in her. She's single.
Well, hey, uncles.
I didn't throw under the bus.
Hey, this is the process, Val. And I'm your host, Q the Interview. This show is to motivate and inspire entrepreneurs to step out there and do something they desire to do. And once again, it's been a pleasure to have Mr. Nick and Miss Sharon come on the process. And that'll be it.
Yeah, Mike.
Process. Welcome to the process, man. I say you gotta trust her. Cue the interview. I got some shit to say. How persistence about this business really got me here today. Kicking game. It's a podcast, but this here a different lane. Hit you with some hidden gems, but then it's meant to